Good morning everyone. I am Shalini Yadav and I shall be giving an oral presentation on my paper Lane Changing Behavior and Empirical Study into Populous Metropolitan Cities in India. The author for the paper are Shalini Yadav and Rahul Rishi, and we are affiliated to Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, India. So my paper lane change. See, lane change is one of the very widely discussed field into the intelligent transportation system, and intelligent transportation system in itself is a very fast growing field, and these days this has vast amount of popularity, and we can see this thing. It is being deployed into the various areas, from removing traffic congestions to providing providing comfort during you to travel, providing entertainment. There are various aspects to it. So we in here see that how a vehicle actually changes its lane, and we have taken two roads in here from India. India is a developing nation, and we studied the behavior as to how what exactly is the reason as to why they are changing lane, what are the factors that are affecting them, is there any factor that has a greater impact, or is there any other factor that has a smaller impact. So we are also looking at the magnitude of the impact that these are creating on the lane change, like what are the factors that are responsible for it. And then we see that how this can be used further. So we also discuss the future scope of the paper over here. So let's start with the paper. See, so what we do in here is we have taken two lanes, and our experimental setup is from two cities, and both the cities are NCR, that is near to National Capital Region, near to Delhi. So one of the road that we have taken is from Gurgaon to Manesar road, and the other that has been taken is Gurgaon to Faridabad road. So Gurgaon is one of the fastest city in India, and it is also developing in a very it is a millennium city. Actually, it has been named a millennium city, and it's really growing its popularity among the youth, and it's like one of the fastest evolving city of the nation. And the next is Faridabad. Faridabad is one of the most popular cities in Haryana, and both the cities are NCR region, and they both belong to the state of Haryana. So we have taken two roads in there. The first is NH48, that is National Highway 48, that Delhi Jaipur Expressway, what we call it, and it's 195.1 kilometer long. And the other is a major district road, that is MDR 137, and the total length is 25.08 kilometers. And the MDR 137 connects Gurgaon to Faridabad, and the NH48 connects Gurgaon to Manesar. So it's Delhi Expressway is an 8 lane road, and the speed limit is 120 km/h for the car. And the Gurgaon Faridabad road, that is the MDR, is a 2 lanes road, and the speed limit is 80 km/h for the car. So we kept 1 kilometer of distance on the road under observation, and then we studied and calculated our results from there. So how we did was that we took 1 kilometer stretch, and we did it manually with the help of mobile phones, and then this data that was collected for the experiment. So we took it during three different hours of the day, like first in the morning, then afternoon, and then in the evening. So we took 5 minutes on both the on all the three times. So the reason for that was we just wanted to observe the traffic variability. We wanted to see that the variability has effect onto some factors. We actually wanted to see that if the number of vehicles is increased and at the point of time, then what are the reasons for it. So this was just done to get an exposure to all the three, and so then we can decide that how is there any anchoring effect that is there, or how the factors are influencing in case of traffic variability. So, and then we processed the data, and we converted the video into sequential images, and the system that the work was carried on is an 8 GB RAM, and it uses a Windows operating system. The location, alignment, velocity, number and interval of each vehicles were noted, and the number of lead and rear vehicles in all the images were provided. and statistical results were obtained out of it. Okay, so we defined lane change as the number of times the driver it changes its lane during a time period and place. So in particular that place and that time period, like how many times it changed the lanes. So the important feature is the frequency of the lane change, like with what frequency is anybody changing their lanes, because if someone is changing lane very frequently, so we can infer that that is actually a rash driving scenario case, wherein it's an aggressive driver that is actually driving the vehicle. So the direct calculation was that lane changed per unit distance was a number of lane change by vehicle in the lane divided by the number of vehicles on that lane in that particular selected area, and here the selected area is 1 kilometer stretch that we have taken. So the major concern is that speed is the microscopic factor that was affecting the lane change, and speed is the microscopic factor and the traffic density is the macroscopic factor that is affecting the lane change. Like, so the lane change is being controlled by the speed also and the traffic density also. So we made tables out of it, and we inferred the results. So what we did was that we draw 3 sections. So section 1, 2 and 3, and these sections were depending upon the time of the day, on like at what time I am my experimental setup is being run. See if it is taken in the morning. So the morning kept slot I have kept for one, named it section 1, and for the afternoon it is section 2, and for the evening one that I have taken section 3. So we calculated the number of vehicles that passed, and then we calculated the average speed limit of that, and then how many of the vehicles out of them they changed their lanes, and then we calculated, we divided by the kilometer we took, and then we got lane change per distance. Similarly, we did it for both the cities, from Gurgaon to Manesar also, and from Gurgaon to Faridabad. So for both the highways we have taken. See, National Highway 48 is one of the most busiest link of the country. So it really tends to be a place wherein so many vehicles cross that more than more than 1.5 to 2 lakh vehicles they really ply the road per day. So that is the actual traffic it carries, that the highway carries energy. So we observed that by both taking 2 different roads, maybe some factors that is deciding the lane change would be same, and the other factor that would be deciding the lane change might be different. So we observed it. Then we did it. First we saw the overall scenario, that how many were changing simply, and then after that we did it for lane specific thing, like for lane 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many are changing their lane from lane 1 and to which lane they are moving in. So that's my target lane, and L1 is like, if I'm moving from, the India is a right hand driven country, so we drive with our right hand, the gear is on the left part of it. So we have kept it serial wise, that lane 1 would be the right side, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then it will be like that. So we changed, and we saw that how many lanes were actually, like how many vehicles they were changing lanes, and we actually wanted to see that which was the preferred lane, like the people used to drive. If like somebody is driving into one lane, so is speed one of the factor, or is the density one of the factor, or like what is the reason that the people they are changing the lanes, and what is the reason? So based on the tables that we inferred, so we analyzed the result, and we saw that the people who the rash kind of behavior, wherein the people were changing lanes, so they had no fixed pattern out of it, because then they didn't care as to it is a high lane or a low lane that you're moving with. They just change their lane whenever that they got time. So like whenever they got a chance to change it, so that was not the factor that was having like I could not classify it into anything, because rash kind of a behavior, they have their own mindset, and they slip to change a lane. whenever they get a chance to. And so there were various inferences that we could draw from the table. So for all the sections, the lane change rate increased from left to right. Like from left to right, the lane change rate was getting increasing when I was looking at the tables. And the lane change rate at L1 was below average for all sections too, and that is because of the anchoring effect of high speed lane. See, what are the vehicles that are traveling into the L1 range? They very seldom change their lanes. They didn't prefer to change their lanes much because that was one of the high speed lane. So if somebody was traveling into that L1 change, they didn't prefer to change their lane much. So that was one thing that we observed. Then we saw that the temporal effect of the lane change could be seen by comparing the lane change of the section, which are nothing but the time of the day. So when I have to give a temporal, so the lane change was smaller in section 2 as compared to the lane change in section 1 and 3. Why? Because section 2 had very relatively lower amount of traffic, since it was the afternoon session and that was not peak hours, and whether that the people were traveling, coming back home, or they were like traveling to their work. So this was one of the reasons that there was fewer lane change scenarios into the section 2 part. So the traffic also was one of the that's why, so the traffic was the macroscopic factor for the lane change thing that we observed. And then there were other factors like the speed and speed difference, the acceleration, orientation, the spacing between the vehicles, the density difference, the adjacent lanes, and their speed. So when the speed of the front car was very less as compared to the speed of the subject vehicle, so that was one case that the vehicle was changing lane, and then we were changing lane from a larger distance. Like if the vehicle in front of me is driving at a slower speed, then I'll change my lane, or the subject actually changes lanes from a larger distance. Whereas when the speed difference was smaller, they changed lane as they came close. So these were one of the two things that we observed. Then there are two lanes, a target lane in which can enter. So the one is a target lane and the other is an alternate lane. Suppose if I'm driving in lane 2, so I have two options. Either I'll move to lane 1 or I'll move to lane 3. Right. So there were these things also. So which vehicle it was moving into, like so there was always an option for it. So people, if the traffic density was lower, so people really prefer to be in high speed lanes. Then we saw that it was for any lane change, if a vehicle has moved from lane 1 to lane 2, so the speed of the lane 1 will increase and the speed in the lane 2 will decrease. And this phenomena was for like around 15 seconds to 20 seconds. That effect lasted, and thereafter it kind of merged with the one that it had having to. So the lane and this was observed in both the lane, the fast lane also, and the one that it was moving to, that is, it was making that lane slower. So in both of them we could see it. So speed difference and traffic density, one of the factors that we could infer that these had a major lane change, influencing the lane change. So here we saw that to narrow down to all the points, if I have to collect, that the aggressive and the rash driving drivers, they really changed their lane so frequently that it was unable to guess exactly the speed is the difference or whatever is the difference, because they literally change. It is not even they are moving to that. It is not so that they are moving only to low speed to high speed lane. They will move to low speed to high speed, and then if the high speed like if something comes in between the high speed, they'll leave that lane and then they'll go to the low speed lane, and then they'll revert back. So in that kind of a scenario, they didn't have any much pattern. They just looked at the space, that whatever was available, they will just slip on and they just move forward. So that was one of the cases. And then since we observed it at different times of the day, we looked at all the three effect, the morning, the afternoon, and the evening. So there were fewer number of lane change into the afternoon session. So we conclude that traffic density was one of the macroscopic factor that had an impact on this thing. And this temporal lane change was observed in the three sections. Else for like the speed and speed difference, we could see we had calculated lane change per distance, and we looked at the space characteristic, like how it is doing this thing. So and these two, and then we saw that the height rate speed change has an anchoring effect of its own. So these were few of the factors that we observed. See, if the traffic management system can be defined by keeping in mind the lane change rate. See, in case it can be used to for traffic monitoring, the lane change. It can be used to make a traffic management system. A traffic like it can help in it can help this manual driving can help into strategic planning for designing of autonomous vehicles when you are doing it. So this always helps you as to whenever that you have to demand, because lane change is a very very complex factor, and there's no linear effect that it has, that there's this linear effect and this, there are a number of factors that are affecting it. So and some are affecting it in a very high magnitude, and the others are affecting in a very very minuscule like minuscule magnitude. So a dynamic system controlling keeping these factors in mind can actually be made. And there could be an environment wherein autonomous vehicle and non-autonomous vehicle both have to coexist, like there will be a time in the soon in the near future. So and then case this shall be very very useful. So that's all, and I'm really thankful for giving me time and this precious opportunity. Thank you so much. Namaste.